Hey guys, I wanted to do a quick recording on putting together groups in Citrix Viewer for you guys. So there's a couple of different ways that you can use groups, which is really awesome. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is click on the Manage Student Groups icon. It's actually this little icon up here of the three RGB people. And you can see that I have multiple groups in mine. What I usually do is I have all of my students for each mod and I put them in, new mod 11, 2019, new mod 12. It kind of just separates them so I know, most of the students are going into DES 104 at the same time. Most of them would then hopefully be going into 250 at the same time if they keep on track. So it keeps them nice and separated that way. But I also do groups for the students in my classes. So you can see that I have all of the students in DES 103 Mod 11 right here, and I also have Mod 12 right here as well. I'm just going to delete this group and we'll make that group right now so you can see how to make a group of your students that are in your courses. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is go up to Reports, Academic Records. Where are you? Class roster by course. Sorry about that. So Reports, Academic Records, class roster by report or by course. You're going to go to the Campus Groups tab and click All Campuses and move it over. Next, you're going to go to the Selection tab. Go to Term. I find that I have to tab over to the term to be able to scroll down because it starts at like 1970. There was one version of Citrix Viewer that if you started to type, it would bring you down, but this version apparently does not seem to be doing that since a couple of upgrades ago, which was really a bummer. So I'm going to grab the 2019 1125, both the M and the Q. Then I'm going to go to course. And again, it's not set up as, DES 103 or DES 104. You have to grab the actual course name, which is Beginning Vector Illustration for DES 103, which is what I will be in next mod. Scroll a little too far. There we go. And then program version, I'm going to leave it at all. And for instructor, you can pick yourself. I, however, will be in as a lab instructor, so I have to pick the individual instructors that are in the course with me, which is a little bit of a different scenario. So you would just find your name on the list. I have to find Pia and Laura's name. And then you'll click the preview button. And it's going to say, it's out of range. Just click yes. And it's going to pop it up right here. And you can see under instructor, you should find yourself because you would have put your name in. And you can see all of the students in the list. Then what you're going to do is go to report and you're going to save student group and you're going to add students to a new group. So I'm going to name this DES 103 mod 12. And I like to give it an expiration date of a couple of days after the course is going to end, just to kind of help clear out and keep my groups free and clear. So we'll be ending on the 23rd because that is the 21st is the last day for the students. I usually go to the day that the grades are due. And then hit save. And they'll tell you that they've been saved. And then you can click on the red X to get out of there. And close that out. And you might have to refresh your groups by manually closing out the student groups and then opening them back up again. That's usually in this archaic system how you have to refresh them. But there they are, DES 103 mod 12, and all of the students are in. You can sort them by name. You can sort them by school status if you want to see who's on probation and who's not. And then what you can also do is you can schedule an activity for the entire group. So you would click on the group, Just from the outside, just click on it in student groups and click schedule activity. And then it's the same way that you would enter in a note regularly for just one student. So let's say that I'm just entering in a general comment. I would change it from pending to close the task and put the comment in and click save. And what it will do is it will attach that comment to every student in that group. No. Now, what you can also do is make a list of students for your FPA population. This you would do a little bit differently. So you would want to click the add button and you'll see it gives a group name, new group 134. You're going to have to swipe to select that. And I'm just going to name this test. And again, you can change your expiration date. So let's say that I want this to go to February 29th. I would just click on that and then click save. Now for this one, it seems to want to add it in right away, which is great. So you would double click there and then you would need to manually add some students in. So I can click the add button. And then what I want to do is I want to search. And I can search by name, or I can search by student number. So let's say that I want to grab one of my students and put them in. I can put it under student number and hit enter, and there they are. And I would just double click on their name, and it's going to put their name in right here, student. Click save. And it will add them to my list. And you would just have to manually do that, kind of go back and forth between your list. It can take a couple of minutes, to set this up. But in the long run, if you find that you're constantly emailing your entire student population, it is advantageous to get them all into a group to be able to add your notes in more efficiently. So hopefully you guys found that helpful.